Hello, my Facebook friends. Hello, my stamping friends. We are ready to start. It's 11 o'clock. I will give it 1 or 2 minutes for everybody to see it in their feed. I know it's taking some time for Facebook to show it, and I'm actually trying to see if I see it on my own. Yeah, everything is fine. So we're ready to start. So as you see right now, there is some cards that we're gonna be creating. If you are here, please go ahead and leave a comment. So I know you're here, I know you're watching, I know you have a good view of what we're doing. So there is some cards we're gonna do. We're actually gonna do 2 of them, and one is a bonus. You know how I like not to waste any of the paper, so I just have a leftover strip and still come up with that. So what we're gonna do today, I decided to feature summer/fall set, and it's called Celebrate Sunflowers. I absolutely love the images in that set, and again, like we were saying, when it's time to start decorating for fall. So there is a stamp set, and it has matching dies. If you're one of those who waiting for new embossing machine, it's coming next month or in September for everybody. But what I actually found for this particular set, that if you don't have a die cutting machine, this is also something that you could easily cut. If you're not really get bothered with fussy cutting, you could cut some of the images like leaves and big sunflower, small sunflower. So this is what we're gonna do today. All right. So I'll show you, this is a gift card holder that we're gonna work on. I still wanted to use that designer paper, and also if you maybe don't have designer paper, give you some ideas what you can do. This is simple gift card holder / card, so it gives you a lot of place to actually write, but you also could put your gift card here. When I was designing this card, I also was thinking, again, what could be economical way for you to use your paper? So even so that panel could go a little bit bigger, and basically your pocket will be smaller, still enough to hold your gift card. But again, if you will use, let's say, 3.5 by 4 piece of paper and you have 6 by 6, you will have all this waste. So we're actually gonna use 3 by 4 paper, and I will show you how to do it. You could design or stamp on with provide and still use the same measurements. And this one I designed a little bit longer. So it's pretty much the same card, and you could see it's a little bit, the front panel a little bit longer. As I said, you could probably go even longer, but I want my sunflowers will be on the side. And this way your pocket is slightly smaller. So let me show you the card I designed originally, but again, like I was saying, I wanted to do a sunflower. So I designed this card as a gift. I'm actually in need for few gift cards this time. So I designed this card. It said, today plan, consume coffee and be awesome. So it's something for that you could put a Starbucks gift card and things like that. So and again, it's I don't have a designer paper like that. It's not coming with designer paper, but I created those. And it's nothing better than a set. Definitely we're gonna use it in the future. All right, are we ready to start? So let me show you measurements. I know few of you like to follow me along. So let me kind of put the measurements for a little bit. And again, we're trying to stay just with simple supplies. Any cardstock you may have, if you have a designer paper to match, we will use that. And also, of course, with provide. And we will use stamp set, something that you could color, maybe something to stamp set, anything gonna work. So for your first card, and first card, the one that I was actually talking about, this is a card that uses designer paper, right? Let's say you want something quick, you want the big piece to decorate, this is what we're gonna use. So that one you will use, and we're gonna use a long way. So cardstock gonna cut a long way. So it's 4 1/4 by 11. And we always score at 5 1/2, right? This is your standard piece. And this piece is additional 3 1/4. So when you put a mat, it's gonna be 3 by 4. So you will score at 5 1/2 and 8 3/4 on a long side, right? So this is what you need. You will also need something for greeting, and we'll come back to that. So that's pretty much it. You're gonna score it like this, you're gonna fold it, and here's your pocket. Of course, you will need to have a piece of Whisper White to go inside. Even so, you could leave your pocket like this. I actually like to add little bits of white, kind of to have this continuous look. And I figure out that 2 by 4 is enough. So you have 4 by 5 1/4, this little mat. You have 2 by 4, this is that little piece. And we will use strip for greeting. It will come handy in a little bit. And designer paper. So this is 3 by 4. So if you will have your regular 6 by 6, this is what I'm using, you're basically gonna cut it at 4, and then you're gonna cut it, and so you're gonna cut at 4 inches, like so, and then you're gonna cut this piece into 2 pieces, 3 by 3, so you could actually create 2 cards. And this one, we're gonna use my favorite layout. We call it bonus card. So this layout I use a lot with 2-inch strip. So this is how designer paper will look like. And so this is your first card. So your second card, again, you could use the same way, but I kind of make this measurements a little bit simpler. So for the second card, and it's looking like this, again, everything we're creating our designer paper. And score is the same, or paper cut's the same, 4 1/4 by 11, and you're gonna score it 5 1/2 and 9. It's even easier. So as you could see, your pocket is a little bit smaller, right? What you will need for this card, the same piece as 4 and 5 1/4 to go inside. You need 2 by 4, again, just for little something. You don't actually need it. If you like finished look, you could probably put even strip of designer paper, will look really nice. And this is gonna be your front. And this is 3 1/4 by 4. And again, if you have Whisper White, 3 1/4 by 4, 3 1/2 by 4, it's still economical to use because the way you cut, you're not gonna have a lot of leftovers. So let's start creating. So those both cards kind of working similar. So let me go ahead and assemble my stamp set. And this time we're gonna be coloring a little bit. I have things pre-made so you don't watch me color all the time. But we will take this stamp set. Is this block gonna be big enough? I think so. And I'm gonna give you a little tip, and I'm gonna actually do a soft suede. I want something softer look, not necessarily of a Memento ink. And because I want some of the sunflowers kind of popped out, as you could see, I did another one and popped with dimensionals. So what I decided to do, I decided to stamp this one first, kind of make sure that everything is fitting, kind of maybe press it a little bit, and one in the center, and this way you could position your other ones either way you want. And you will do 2 of those. Remember, we're doing 2 cards, so you'll need to have 2 of those. And for this card as well, we know how to create our designer paper, especially with images like this. It's super easy. You just go ahead and, you know, twist and turn. Just make sure that you go off the paper. It has much cleaner look. When I actually did color and stamp, I actually decided it's missing something. It's beautiful, but you need to have some little fillers. And I absolutely love those fillers. Oh, I finally see the comments. I see Stephanie, I see Dolly, I see Diane, I see Kimberly. Welcome, ladies. Thank you for joining me. So I like little some splatters, and you could see I did it on these cards to add it. I actually grabbed the stamp set and it had one. You could probably draw little dots. I like splattery stamp sets. Probably have in some other ones. I need to go and look in a catalog which one have it. I use those splatters a lot. So you'll be basically randomly filling in just to give it a little something. And those sunflowers also super easy to color. Just any yellow you have. I used Mango Melody. And something for the center, some brown. I use cinnamon cider. And because we're doing with that designer paper and color, I use just jade. So you basically need those. You could probably even go with the 3. If you like to add little tone on tone, this shading is really nice. So let's start putting cards together. So first, what we're gonna do, you know what, I wanted to stamp inside as well. So that little pocket, but you could also stamp, maybe I'll just do splatters, let's do that. Let's do one with a splatter. Do you ladies use a lot of gift cards to send or give? I think right now is also a good idea, as we not necessarily could send packages. And for this one, I just stamped it. So of course, for the sake of the video, I pre-color. It's actually, I think it's super therapeutic to color. So I did pre-color some of my inserts. All right. Before you close everything, I do suggest you to take any punch you may have. You could use window punch. You could use, I decided to use oval. You could see I still have my old oval. I like my old punches. Just something so gift card could be sliding easier on and off. All right. So now we're ready to start assembling. So for yellow card, or bumblebee, I should say. So your pre-stamped image, go ahead and stamp it here. Glitter glue or glitter art glitter brand of glue. I have a lot of questions about that. Absolutely love that. Then your little piece goes inside. And yeah, Dolly, this is a great idea to make a cards for nursing homes. We had a discussion with Sherry, my friend. She did, I don't know how many, she did a lot of them and send it to nursing home. And for this one, again, you could use either wet glue and let it dry. We're gonna use tear tape. It's much easier to position. So again, we just close in the pocket. Have a panels and close in the pocket. If you have a greeting inside, you could also stamp, and I think we still have decent amount for writing some sentiments as well. And then we're gonna put our sunflowers. Just love that paper. Seems like I cannot move out of that paper, probably until I use it all. And I use that one for Christmas, even last time. So here's your pocket. Again, it's nice big border here. And we're gonna do up exactly the same, this one as well. So you're gonna glue your piece. And probably that big sunflower that comes in that set. Oops, I need to cut it. Let me cut it. Pre-stamped on a bigger piece. We could always fix it. Turn around with glue up, 5 1/4. And this is probably a bigger piece. No, that's, you know how you cut 4 and then you take 5 1/4 out, or 4, 5 1/4 out, and then your other piece is much bigger. So sometimes you just grab a wrong piece. What you've been crafting this week, ladies? I was working last couple days actually on my Christmas in July block hop, which is something that we do with other demonstrators. You basically kind of pick up a theme and post at the same time and link to each other blogs, kind of for fun. So this one was Christmas in July. Mine gonna come on funstamper.com tomorrow at 10 a.m. So watch for that. I'll post pictures here as well. So again, we're just closing that 2-inch pocket that we have, and we have it. And we're gonna glue this piece. I think that particular set is so pretty with, you know, to create your own designer paper. If you have this one or you have different one, I think it's probably a lot of fun to actually stamp entire sheet, 8.5 by 11, and then cut pieces that you want. Then you will be kind of see those partial images, because normally when we stamp, we're trying to have like big focal point. Now we're ready to stamp our greetings. And also what I did pre-stamp and pre-cut few of those sunflowers. So pretty much the same, I just stamped them and then cut. When I look at them, it's not that complicated to cut if you don't have a die cutting machine. This is little grass images or whatever, twigs. It's really pretty. I like when also dies have kind of those type of images that not necessarily align with the stamp set, right? So sometimes you need little something. So for the greetings, again, I wanted to use this particular stamp set for the greetings. It has few. Know that you are loved. Let's celebrate. Thanks a bunch. And then congratulations on reaching a whole new level of wonderful. It's interesting. I really wanted to do let's celebrate you, but this particular one, it's gonna fit. But on this one, it's kind of too tight. So we'll try. Maybe it will. So what I decided to do, I just cut little strips of the same cardstock. Let's see, where's my tiny strip. And probably need to cut another one. So I always try to do my cardstock and my Vesper white when I stamp kind of to match this opening. So this opening, remember, is 3 1/4. So then basically this should be your 3 1/4 size. So I did 1 1/4 for this one. And now let me cut a little piece. So I lost it somewhere. And here is another, this is just 1 inch by 3 1/4. And for this card I did a little bit smaller, so I did 3 inch by 1 inch, and this is 3/4. So let's stamp some sentiments. Really wanted to use this one. So again, I'm in need of some celebration cards. We all need some celebration. And I'm gonna use matching just jade color. And you could treat this particular card and this particular fold for the top side. You could basically dress up. It's just a little bit smaller card, but you could, you know, really do elaborate design. I think it's fading barely, but we will go for it. And it's actually a good fit. And I'm gonna do it here as well on a bigger piece, and we have it. So we just mat to the matching cardstock, add to our card front, and we all set and all done. So that's pretty easy. Gonna give you a tip with those sunflowers, or maybe some other images. I did use that technique some time ago when we did like little wine glasses or something to give little shine. So what I did with the sunflowers, and I'll show you in my card, I decided for the centers to be kind of a little glittery. See if you could see it here. So what I did, I have Stampin' Up glue. It's really easy to control. So I actually, after I put everything, I add glue on top of it, like thin coat, and when it dries clear, and it has that little kind of shine and little raised part to it, so it looks really, really cool. I'm gonna put smaller dimensionals on top, and you will just, so I'm kind of adding them just to the sides, and I'll tell you why, because I wanted to slide those little greenery pieces, so I don't want to quite commit where I'm gonna put them yet. I'm gonna make it on a fly. My piece a little bit bigger. So that small piece goes to the top. And I feel so this piece has a lot of already like sunflowers, a lot of going on. So I decided to actually keep it relatively simple. And that other piece that we did pre-stamp, we'll put it here. So I decided I want those sunflowers kind of popped out. So one gonna go here. One gonna go here. And this one gonna go here. And we're gonna do it with dimensionals. Couple of those. So any images similar like we did with Jar of Flowers, if you didn't watch those videos, it's under either go to funstamper.com or here on my page, you could see all the videos. So a lot of them you could basically stamp several and then color at one set, cut, and you will have pieces to use later. So I think it's super cool when sometimes you're in a hurry and you don't feel like you need to pull the markers and color. So I encourage you to possibly just do one extra and cut them as you do. So the same, for example, if you have a die cuts, will be easier for you to cut half the piece, maybe store it with a stamp set, and you could pull it and do. The other thing what you can do with those sentiments, you know, you could assemble a card and maybe have a piece just there, and when you need a card, pull sentiments that it's matching. Maybe you need to have thank you, maybe you need to have a birthday. So again, like assemble everything except to that white piece and have it in a cello bag. And then you could decide which card you could actually do. So I'm gonna just add little gold and little green. Again, this is just a decoration. You could do anything you would like to. Again, keep in mind, so this card, that again, it's relatively easy card. I just want you to show that fold that you could actually use for gift card and still have a pretty card. So I'll show you how you will add, I don't even know why you want to put that stuff. Oh, why not? Let's put it underneath. So measurements will be posted after I finish this video. It's gonna be posted in this post. So if you would like to recreate, you could always do. I also completely obsessed with those little gems. Have ton of them. As I mentioned before, it's 750 in a pack. Super easy to glue. You just, you know, add a little bit of glue and you add them. It adds a lot to the card. This little bling, little dimensions. They're really easy to glue. And we will do on all the cards. And here you have it. So if you decided you wanted to actually go ahead and do it, let's see if this one will come out. So it's really nice and fine tip. You could also use this one to glue those gems. And you could basically start adding, kind of like you almost painting. And when it dries clear and gives this nice raised effect. So I really like, you know, that technique. Then you'll need some time to dry. Just set them aside for maybe 1 hour or so. You could probably use heat set tool. I'm not sure. But I normally just patient with that. And you could see it adds that little kind of, just make sure you pop up bubbles if they are there. And let me quickly show you bonus card, and we'll be ready to create. The only thing with that Stampin' Up glue, I love it, but I definitely need to have my glasses to close it after the video. So there is 2 cards with a gift card, and my bonus card, we're not gonna create it, and I'll post the dimensions. So remember when we cut, we had this 2-inch piece, and like I was saying, this is my favorite layout. I think I did this layout many times. Just with that piece of designer paper. You'll still need your little mat. You cut this by 5 1/4. You add little something, those strips. Remember I was telling you, don't throw those strips away. It's gonna be mounted here. And I did pre-stamp that big sunflower and color it. Again, my first time actually using that sunflower. It's a lot of fun. And stamp a sentiment, put a focal point, that designer paper, and it's nicely matching with everything. So what do you think? I hope you liked today's project. Let's see I don't even know which one is we created, which one is my samples. But I hope you get another idea how to use your cardstock, how to create simple yet functional cards. Then send little something to the friends, give us a gift. This probably will be nice for holidays, for Christmas, for anything like that. And thank you so much for many of you who email me or chatted or posted pictures of the cards they actually created with the technique I demonstrated. It really was heartwarming and brought me a lot of smiles to see that you ladies get inspired and you're creating, and it's whatever I demonstrate is you take little something and create your beautiful art pieces. Many of them are just so stunning that I just really wanted to go and recreate those as well. If you like it, please share it. Please invite your friends to watch. Please comment. And until next time, remember it's Fun Friday at 11 with Oksana. So I really hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend. Stay healthy, stay positive. Thank you. Bye.